Hey guys, this is Cam from 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another. My stepmom's daughter was my ex episode review for you guys, and this is episode 2. And I really did like this episode a lot. I think I honestly like this episode a lot more than this first episode. Just from the standpoint, we kind of get, I guess you can say, a nice, cute, wholesome moment between the two brother. Our the brother, our girl Yume, and our boy Mizato. A really good wholesome moment. Not like we almost get the freaking will they won't they incest moment, I guess you can say, but okay, sure. This episode I liked it a lot better. And stuff like that. Like I think the moment between Yume and Misato was actually a sweet, adorable, cute moment of a brother looking out for his sister, pretty much. I didn't get any, I guess you can say, I didn't get any like, oh, well, they won't they type of vibes and stuff like that, and things like that. But yes, but this episode was kind of a main focus episode. We kind of get introduced to, I'm guessing, the two side characters, the two opposing friend characters to Mizato and Yume, in the form of, I forgot the guy's name, and the other chick's name was Minami. The guy wasn't really much of a focus in this week's episode. I'm guessing he'll get an episode next week or a week later after that where he gets a focus, but you know, I guess he's kind of, from what Mizato said, he's kind of like a player type of dude, and of course it's this guy that genuinely wants to be his friend, but at the same time wants to still hook up with Yume, and he's like, oh please, I'm never gonna let you get even freaking get near Yume, which it's funny because later in the scene is like, oh yeah, dude, what about that behind you? And Yume sits behind him, and she's obviously all flustered and everything because this dude, I guess you can say her stepbrother, is like, I'm not gonna let you nowhere near Yume, which I guess you can consider and kind of say is like a way of him protecting her from all these dudes that are just want to date her because of her looks and stuff like that. Hey, listen, that's a good brother trait. If you go to school with your sister or your sibling and you're on the same age, or you guys are, as you could say, probably twins or something like that, just opposite sex, and obviously you're the big brother who's like, nah, please, I'm not gonna let my sister date some dude just because the dude thinks, oh, she's hot or something like that. You gotta freaking like give me legit reasons, like stuff like that. So I thought that was funny because she then kicked the freaking chair. She's like, but then she ends up meeting up with a girl named Minami, who they go through their sports day, I guess, routine in a way of like, I guess they're just physical education day where they're just taking their bust size, their athletic traits and everything. And they start to bond over, Minami and Yume start to bond over, like, and they really don't start bonding over till they do like the athletic thing now. The whole thing with Yume is, she changed her whole good looks and everything, but the thing is she still sucks at athletics. She's not the best at athletics, understandably so. Not everybody is good at athletics, but she still tried. I'll give her that. I still remember back when I was in high school, you'd have people who weren't good at athletics. You'd still have some people like just not even give a crap. And if you've been in high school, if you've seen that, and stuff like that, which is, I always find that hilarious. Why not just give it a try? Like, it's like PE was like the easiest class to probably take out of every class you could have taken imaginably. Like, PE was legitimately, even if you're the worst, if you're still trying, your teacher will still give you an A for that, and stuff like that. But that was absolutely great and funny and hilarious with that whole thing. But Mimi is like, oh, hey, it's cool, fine, as long as we're friends and everything. And we find out that Yume kind of has been working her tail off, like to the point she almost passes out and stuff like that. And obviously freaking Mizato catches her. He's like, you need to stop overworking yourself. I think you're done for the day. Which, hey, another good brotherly trait, and stuff like that. And Minami is like, oh, your brother's actually fairly good and stuff like that. But they have a moment where they end up becoming friends, they explain everything and stuff like that. The back half of the episode covers kind of the fact that our girl Yume has a fever, So Minami actually decides to go over to their house, and they get over there, and all of a sudden Yume, she's, I guess you could say, that fever days or whatever, and she's like, you want to leave me and stuff like that, I want you to stay with me and things like that. Which, funny enough, they end up making her like some soup and everything. Minami ends up dipping and saying goodbye, but before Minami leaves, she actually asks Mizato, she's like, you guys are step siblings, correct? And he's like, yeah, we're step siblings. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So you have to wonder if Minami is starting to think like, wow, they're really super close as step siblings. Maybe she's gonna be the first person to figure out that these two were originally dating at some point. And she's gonna be like, oh, that's why you guys are obnoxiously close. Only things time will tell. Only things will tell, or only time will tell whenever she finds out. Because I think they're gonna find. I think these two new characters that we're introducing this week's episode are gonna find out. Like, oh, they used to be dating, but now they're stepsisters. Oh yeah, that's kind of weird, man. So yeah. And then pretty much Mizato goes into Yume's room before he leaves. He's like, okay, look, she left, anything else you need before you go? Hey, he's like, yeah, here you go. But then he's like, all right, fine, I'll just leave then. And then all of a sudden we have Yume show a side where she's like, please don't leave, and she grabs his hand and she's like, can you hold my hand and stuff like that and just stay with me? And you kind of just get a reflection of Mizato, and we kind of get the backstory of the fact that, well, yeah, they were dating in a way, and because of kind of a misunderstanding or something like that, that's why they broke up. And then lo and behold, when their parents remarried and they were meeting each other for the first time, well, they saw each other and like, wait a second, we used to date, and stuff like that. So yeah, that honestly, that'd be so damn weird. Now, I still don't understand at this point why they're keeping it a secret. If my parents ever got remarried and whoever they were remarrying with had kids, and if somehow I dated said individual, I'd be like, we actually used to date. This isn't gonna be awkward, is it? This is gonna be pretty problematic. Even then, if one of my parents were supposed to be remarried to, like, I guess you could say somebody I knew from my own school, even if we never did date, I would still think that'd be fairly weird, because it's like, okay, yeah, we were friends or we knew each other, and now we're step siblings. That would still be weird to me. But yeah. But the thing is, eventually our boy Mizato, he finds out that Yume was kind of faking it and she didn't have a fever. She ended up getting better, actually, probably from the food she ate. And it's funny because freaking Mizato's like, so this entire time, you've been messing with me, just trying to hold my hand and stuff like that and pretend like you're sick. He's like, I can't believe you. And he walks out. I think it was just funny because she's just started giving all these requests, like, can you go get me some ice cream? Can you go get me this? Can you go get me that? Yada, yada, yada. And that's when he like, wait a second. Why do you need all this stuff? You look like you're better already, which it was it's a moment. I didn't get any, like, I guess you'd say an incest moment. I actually got a good brother-sister moment of the fact that, she's like, well, he's being dependable, so I guess I can try to use him to my ability and stuff like that. So yeah, but it was a really good episode of My Stepmom's Daughter Was My Ex. I enjoyed it a lot more than the first episode, and I'm definitely interested to see where this is gonna go. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Summer of Anime 2022 content or any other anime I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great day or night when you're trying to. Peace.